Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Lucette the Unlucky, Skyrim Forever, and Miko barking in our ear as we start. We've got Lydia by our side. We just got our house in the Breeze home here in Whiterun, and we've been drunk or something, or drugged or something. We're doing this Night to Remember quest. We just went out to the local tavern here in Whiterun to celebrate our new home and mingle with our new neighbors. And this guy challenged us to a drinking contest, and we ended up in Markarth where we haven't actually ever been. And we got out of there fast because that was a very strange looking place to us. And we're trying to piece together the events of last night. This is kind of like the Hangover movies, classic. What the hell happened? We drank too much caper that we're on. So we apparently made a mess of the Temple of Mara over in Markarth. I think it was Mara or one of those goddesses. Debella. It was Debella. All right, Debella. Yeah. So anyway, now we have to. I don't even know. We're just following the trail. You know what I mean? So we don't remember what happened, and we're running. We're like, look at this. We're running right past the butterflies. Of course, if you watch this series, we always stop and pick the flowers and pick the butterflies, but we're involved in a mystery here. Well, we might just turn around for a second. Grab some cotton. Yeah, we don't have time to get the moving butterflies, though, because we are on a mission, and we just really want to get to the bottom of this, because it was kind of weird. We're not exactly sure what happened, so we're just trying to follow the trail of clues. So what we did is we left Markarth and we took the cart right here to Whiterun, where we're actually trying to get to Rorikstead. So I think I could have fast traveled there, but I'm trying to be a little more immersive, and the cart doesn't go there. Now normally I would stop here. I love these little radiant whatever people whatever they're called. What is that called? Anyway, I'd stop there. They're just like a bunch of partiers. They'll offer you some drink, and there's not much to that, but it's always fun, a little bit of immersion. And so yeah, we're in a rush though. We don't have time to sit and drink, and plus they have mead, and we're a wine drinker anyway, but not that I would know that. And of course we take that little detour just so these bandits over there don't start shooting at us. You might be okay, but just a precaution. Same here. I don't want to rile up these guys, so we're just gonna run past. And we are wearing these boots that increase our speed. If you notice, we're running a little bit ahead of Miko and Lydia there, because we have this little boost on our boots. So it's kind of far over here to Rorikstead. We actually could have gone to Morthal, I guess, but it's a little less direct there with those mountains and stuff. I always get a little lost, and their adventure started in Whiterun, so it makes more sense we would go back there right now. Oh, and we got some wolves on the side of the road. And, well, scared it off. Miko, can you take care of that? Alright, thanks. And Lydia with the final blow. And it's a pretty nice day out here in Skyrim. We're really enjoying being down by Whiterun instead of further north, you know. Still a bit nippy here in this area, I think, but it's not super cold like up Solitude area, which is where we spent a lot of our time. Morthal, Solitude. It's always snowing in Morthal or something. All right, some more wolves. Now this we do have to stop for, but it doesn't take that long. And we get one of Lydia's arrows back, I guess. Is that another one? Yeah, I'll stop for the flowers for a second. Oh, we have some type of deer or something up there. All right, just checking the map. I think this just curves around. I don't think I should cut through. I think I should probably stay on the path. It's hard to read this map sometimes. I mean, I get the general sense of it, but it always confused me tilting it like that and stuff, so I don't know. I don't think we should take the direct path. There's always crazy stuff that you run into, and we're pressed for time. Even though it seems like a shortcut, it's probably not. And wow, what's that all about? Alright, so I'm really excited about this quest, actually. I know what the reward is on this quest, and it's really going to be good for our character. So this is actually a huge character development type of quest for me, and it's just a fun one. All these Daedra quests are really fun. They're kind of the most interesting quests in the game. They're just like little, maybe like dark Aesop's Fables types of things, you know? So you just deal with this somewhat mischievous demons. Some are malicious and some are just in it for fun. So, you know, and then you're kind of tested with some of them where like you can choose to be, you know, to help the Daedra, or you can, you know, kill it or go against it or banish it or whatever you do to Daedra. Alright, these guys are kind of in our way. I kind of wanted to slice them. And of course I've played many a hunter character who would not let those deer or whatever get away. Geez, they are really coming up the rear here. I mean, these boots are fast, but I think they must have gotten in a scrap that I ran past, because they shouldn't really be that far behind. Oh, it's not like, remember in Fallout New Vegas, sometimes if your companion would kill someone, you would still get the kill shot screen, and so they would be off somewhere else, like in this situation, and all of a sudden it would just snap into this random kill screen. You're like, what the heck just happened? It always scared the heck out of me. Alright, so we're actually not that far from Rorikstead now, but this is a nice little walk, and we can make sure that we're going the right way with these amazing signposts. And we don't know what we're gonna find there, or what this guy's up to. He seems kind of dark. Well, I guess he's all right.
I'm on a pilgrimage to the shrine of Azura, the goddess of twilight. If you'll excuse me.
See, I think that's one of those Daedra quests or something similar to that, and I'm not sure whether that one in particular is good for our character. I would have to look it up. I don't remember all of these, but I do know that this one, the drinking contest, A Night to Remember, is really a great one. Because, well, obviously, even just what you know about it already, we're an alchemist, and we like to brew poisons, and we like to brew, you know, also healing potions. So the fact that we were just poisoned, you know, right away, it fits in with the storyline we've been doing. So we've been learning, and we actually have leveled up to over level 50 recently. So we're pretty high up there. We're halfway to 100, you know, so we've learned a lot. We're at the next level, I would say. And now we're confronted with some mischievous person in a bar who, or maybe malicious, who, you know, knows something more than we do. Like, we know how to poison people to kill them, but, or, you know, we can paralyze, slow them down, but this has done something to our brain that we're not quite used to. I mean, it does resemble the effects of alcohol, but I think something else was in there, you know, because we only had 2 or 3 drinks.
To join up with the Stormcloaks. Ulfric has the right of it.
Well, we're not joining the Stormcloaks. I can't even believe this is the first time we've been offered to join the Stormcloaks this late in the game. I mean, we've been playing this game for what? Oh, 20 hours almost in this playthrough, I think. So almost every episode was an hour long until the last few, which had been 45. So this is episode 20. So we're pretty close. We're probably at 19 hours. So that's crazy. And that's just a testament to like how deep you can play this game. So I've of course been avoiding the main quest line altogether, and also avoiding that Civil War quest line, except that I spent a lot of time in Solitude, which is where the opponents of the Stormcloaks are. So the Empire, or whatever you want to call it. So the Imperials, and they're working with the Thalmor also. But so we've avoided most of that, except that we were in that town.
Are you finished ogling the grotesque?
Alright, this guy's always around.
I suppose I should be grateful you considered
I don't think there's a quest or anything to do with that afflicted refugee, so I don't really understand that random encounter. That's the word I was looking for earlier, random encounter. Not radiant. Radiant quest is like, go to the dungeon, and it could be any of like 10 different dungeons. So this is just random encounter, same thing. It could have been anything. It could have been Thalmor walking by there or something. But it was that guy. And here we are in Rorikstead. So let's just do a hard save there, just in case this night goes even worse than it's been. So yeah, we've trashed a temple. So why were we partying in a temple? That's always crazy. And we're just gonna take a... Oh, this is the guy. I was gonna take a pit stop here and grab this wheat.
You've got a lot of nerve showing yourself in this town again.
Well,
what do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I don't really remember. Sorry? I don't know.
Sorry's not good enough. Not while my Gletta's still out there alone and afraid.
Gletta?
You kidnapped her and sold her to that giant.
Giant? That's...
You're damn right it does. I'll never breed another prize-winning goat like Gletta.
Oh, jeez, a goat.
And don't you think of coming back to Rorikstead until you get her back from that giant.
Okay, well, that's not going to happen. Well, 1,000 gold. This quest could be quite costly, and I think we spent most of our gold on a house. I don't know if I even have 1,000 left. So let's just... Well, we have a lot of questions here. Maybe
you didn't seem to need either to sell Gletta to the giant in the first place.
Oh my god!
I think you'll figure it out.
All right. Well, strong arming this guy didn't work. Well, that was persuading. That was being nice. Let's intimidate.
Okay,
okay. Right, now we'll strong arm.
Most of what you said didn't make sense, but you left a note.
Okay.
The only bit I could read said, "After repaying Isolde in Whiterun."
Oh,
that's
Isolde.
all I know.
Well, we know her. We just saw her recently. Actually, like right at the beginning of this quest, I think we ran into her. So that was pretty fortuitous, I guess. All right, so we are grabbing the wheat. Wheat, of course, is one of the most valuable ingredients for potions. We can make several really nice ingredients, including if we combine it with a giant's toe and hanging moss. That's one of the best potions. So maybe we'll have to deal with that giant and can come out of that with its toe. Although I think we might be able to just avoid that part altogether. And chicken eggs actually are even more valuable because combined with salmon roe, you get the potion of water breathing, which is worth twice as much as the last potion. The wheat and giant's toe is around 1,000 gold or more, and the other one, the water breathing, is more like 2,000 and up. So depending on what else you combine it with. All right, let's just check over here real quick. So I'm not going to stop for the butterflies, but for the wheat, it's worth it. You know what I mean? All right. Well, we don't need any more potatoes, that's for sure. We've been finding potatoes everywhere. And, well, I don't think we need to explore this town too much. Let's just check this out over here, the Spectral Dragon Follower. I got to figure out how to get that. That would be a really cool companion for our character here. It's a mod, and we're playing on Xbox One, so there's some really cool mods like that on Xbox One. I mean, it's fairly limited what you can play with, but there's a lot of great mods on here. I have a really good loadout here.
Oh.
All right, so anyway, here we are. I just teleported back here. Oh god, and here we are, our favorite guy, Nazim. We're gonna figure out a way to kill this guy without getting
There's a nip in the air.
Town of Whiterun turned against us.
Never is.
So that's definitely gonna happen. We got a ways to go for that though. We're gonna end up joining the Dark Brotherhood. Spoiler alert there. Not for a while.
You're finally back.
Here we go.
Look, I've been patient, but you still owe me.
Okay. Well, what do I owe you? Or I've been getting a lot of that.
Oh, what's wrong? Did the engagement fall through? Look, how about we call it even, as long as you bring back the wedding ring?
Wedding? What?
That's really a shame. I was so looking forward to the wedding. You said you'd have all the most interesting guests.
Okay. What is going on?
You went right out to give it to your fiancé.
Fiancé?
Don't you even remember where you left him?
Who?
And after you told me that sweet story of how you met in Witchmist Grove?
Witchmist Grove?
I can see why he left you.
Alright. Oh man, 2,000 gold. That's not gonna happen. Even if I had it. Should I intimidate her? I don't want to intimidate Isolde. I like Isolde. Alright, let's persuade.
I'm sure your bride-to-be will tell you when and where the ceremony will be.
Alright, I guess we'll
if she still wants to marry you when you tell her you can't afford the ring.
Oh my god, we don't want to... This always happens. Like I said, this is like The Hangover.
It was the sweetest story I'd ever heard.
You always end up
you met at the full
getting
moon,
married or
under
something
the
when you get
tree
too wasted in
Witchmist
Vegas,
Grove,
right?
surrounded by fireflies. It was straight out of a storybook.
Oh. Okay. Should I intimidate her? Or should I just go there? I don't know. I don't feel comfortable
Farewell.
yelling at this lady. Alright. Well, Witchmas Grove, that doesn't sound too scary or ominous. Let me guess. There's probably some witches there. Alright, so it looks like this is up at Windhelm and Riften. Like, a little closer to Windhelm. We could get there from Riften. Now, we haven't even been to Windhelm yet, I guess. So, that's interesting. This quest is taking us everywhere. We went to Markarth for the first time, and now...
Good to see you.
Windhelm.
Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda.
Alright, so... I've mentioned this before. Alright, so I guess I am going to do this? No. I mentioned this before. She's always looking for a mammoth tusk. There's like some type of quest you can do where she talks about the caravans and wants to like get in good with them. So she wants you to find a mammoth tusk, and so she can sell it to the Khajiits or something. And for some reason I can't get that to trigger. And I've been carrying around a mammoth tusk for her just because I've done that quest so many times. But so I always double check her little dialogue there. All right, let's plant some stuff. This is our little home here, Breeze Home. Eleonora's version, which is an amazing mod. One of the, probably, maybe the, most famous and best house mod there is, I think. Or at least one that, redoes a house that already exists. Of course, there's like huge palaces and stuff on the land in places you can get, and lots of crazy stuff, floating cities and all sorts of stuff as mods. But as far as like overhauling a basic player home that everyone's gotten in the game, this is probably the best one, right? So anyway, we have these little planters outside, of course ideal for an alchemy character. So I'm just kind of going through and looking at what ingredients have the potions that we want to make the most. So fear, we love making fear potions, so I'm just trying to frenzy, stuff like that. So I'm just, sort of browsing there, looking for the best items to plant here. Because you can't really plant that many. We have like six slots here, I guess. Now, I was thinking of also buying this, the home that you can build yourself, the Hearthfire mod. In Morthal, they offered us a plot of land, which is part of that mod. So in that, you can actually make a whole, there's a larger garden area outside where you can plant, maybe a dozen different things. And you can also make a greenhouse inside. There's like modular rooms, so you can pick like 2, 3, or 4 different options for each room. There's like 3 different rooms you can do. So one of the options is a greenhouse, so we're definitely planning on that at some point. And I was sort of debating whether to get that or this Breeze Home, but since we were hanging out in Whiterun a lot, and it's just a little easier. The other one's cheaper, but you have to put a lot of money into it, so both of it end up costing about 10,000 gold. So I just went with this one, so it's all made. And wait till you see the inside if you haven't seen it already. It's spectacular. Of course, we did a little house tour, either the last episode or the one before that. And this loading screen's taking forever. Usually there's like a little picture on there, not just black. All right, look at this. I mean, this is so much nicer than the regular Breeze Home. We got our cooking pot there, and we picked up some stuff. So let's see what we can make. Oh, we can make a little apple cabbage stew. That tastes good, right? Potato soup. Well, not that much. We have a ton of salt, but we did dump off most of our ingredients. So salt is one of the best ingredients to get. It seems like almost every recipe here requires a salt pile, so otherwise it doesn't taste that good. Alright. Well, I kind of want to sit down and drink my soup, but we'll just stand and drink it. So yeah, I don't really like playing the survival types of games, but I love this little bit of immersion here. We come home from a quest. We had a crazy night actually, so it's like, let's just drink some wine, make some stew, and just relax before we have to go to Witchmas Grove or whatever that is. So I'm gonna dump off some stuff here. Or we'll bake some stuff in the oven. Did I pick up some butter? Yeah. I actually found butter on that quest, so I haven't even seen butter in this game yet. And look, all these delicious crostadas and pies and everything else takes butter. So it can also make garlic bread, which is going to be great when we, you know, have to deal with all those vampires, because we did just start that. Alright, so yeah, here's our food stores and cold storage we have here. So let's just dump off this excess cabbage we picked up and some of these carrots and maybe some apples. Look at that, we have tons of potatoes down there. We stocked up. So we have a full pantry. I hope everyone out there has a full pantry too. Things are getting tough out there these days. Alright. Alright. Good stuff. So yeah, I love this little, all these little mini, it was not really a mini game, but just adds to your immersion of being in the world. And here we go, we have another shrine. I think there's a bunch of these scattered through the house. I don't know if all of them are scattered through the house. Maybe they have all the different kinds, or could just be a few select ones. I've only found a few of them so far, but I haven't really been looking for them. Let's see what we got. Oh, Magicka regenerates faster. Well, we can definitely use that, so I think that's the most useful one I've seen so far. Alright. I don't know. I want to figure out how to use this, that's for sure. I probably should do an enchanting character at some point. I don't know. I love doing that stuff too. I don't really feel the need to grind enchanting and alchemy with this character. And I really want to find out what this is for. If it's something special or if it's just a normal disenchant. Or maybe you can disenchant like the Daedric artifacts and special items with that or something. I'm not quite sure. Look, we have a safe. Let's do we have anything we can throw in the safe here? Oh, we have these tusks. I should sell those. I mean, I have 9 of them, and they're worth so much. So I should sell. I have to give one to the guy in Riften and one to her. So eventually, who knows? I can't get that stupid quest to trigger. But I think maybe I have some other quest in my thing that's in her. I have to finish before I get that. All right, where is Lydia? Lydia, there you are. You're just standing there.
Yes, my lady?
We're just going to leave Lydia here. I just want to take
I will
Lydia
be back at your house if you need me,
on the local bandit raids and stuff like that. So, you know, she was just with us because we were drinking in a bar after a bandit raid. And then she got teleported to the temple with us. But it really doesn't work for this quest to have a companion. I mean, we can keep Miko. Look at that bookshelf. So I think I have some books I want to drop off, but I guess I've been using this one over here. I don't know. I don't know which one I've been using. All right. Anyway, don't need to deal with that now. All right, Miko. Let's go. We're going to hit Witchmas Grove, and I guess we're going to end up taking the cart up to Windhelm for the first time. And I was just talking earlier about how cold it is up in Morthal. Well, that is nothing on Windhelm. Windhelm is, I don't know if it's the coldest. I guess Winterhold is probably the coldest, but I don't know. Windhelm seems colder because it's always so windy there, living up to its name, obviously. And it just has a really dreary look to it. And it's really, really well designed, actually, to give you that, you know, cold, dark feeling, you know. Whereas here it's like just bright and sunny and like it feels like early spring here all the time basically. So maybe a little nip in the air, but things are growing and the sun's usually out or it's raining, which is, you know, of course good for the plants too. Yeah, that's the mood you get around here around Whiterun. Man, the companions. It's amazing how much stuff there is to do in this game. I mean, I haven't even talked to the companions in this game, and that's basically the equivalent of the Fighters Guild in this game. And yeah, I've never really finished that quest line either. Like, that's what's also amazing. All these times I've played this game, I almost finished Thieves Guild, but I didn't do the very final quest. And I think I finished Assassins and probably also the College of Winterhold, but I don't think I've ever finished, you know, the Companion's questline at all. And I haven't done this DLC. It's like I have not gone very far in this Dawnguard DLC ever. So that's my goal of this series, is to finish that. So we're gonna blow through that.
Where do you want to go?
Probably in the second, you know, chapter of this, because we're in episode 20
Climb
now.
and
We
back
just
and we'll
started
be
it.
off.
We might start the first mission or two, but most of it's gonna be, you know, 5, 10,
Ever been to Windhelm? Oldest
15
city in
episodes from
Skyrim by
now.
some account.
We'll be
They say the
deep in
big
that
old
quest.
palace there was built by Ysgramor
All right.
himself.
No, we've never been to Windhelm. I mean, I have, but my character hasn't. Wow, here, see, I was just talking about that, the companions. So there is no Fighters Guild in here, which is one of the things I think is really cool about Skyrim compared to the other ones. It's like, it has a different feel, and all the guilds in here have some problems. They're in disrepair, or there's something wrong going on that your character has to fix and improve. So I really like that aspect of this game. It's like everything's sort of beat up and falling apart, including the guilds themselves. So, and here we are in Windhelm. Like I said, this is about as dreary a place as you're gonna find. And of course the Nords are hardy people, and you know, they just kind of brush off the cold a little bit. Alright, so I don't think we're even gonna go inside of Windhelm here. There's no real reason for us. I mean, there is one reason for us to go there, and that is to investigate this boy who summoned the Dark Brotherhood, and we went to the orphanage in Riften, which began that quest, basically. I mean, it's one of those rumor quests where someone will just mention it to you, but we did investigate it in Riften, but there's no real need for us to go in there, even though we're standing there thinking about it, like, well, we heard about that boy, should we go investigate that now? And it's like, better just deal with one thing at a time, you know, because this quest has sort of absorbed our brain, and let's just feel like maybe we're still under the effects of this, like we're like hungover from this weird drug, and we're just like, so we're only focused on figuring out what happened, you know, so we don't have room in our head to deal with all these different quests that we're supposed to be doing right now. So forget about the vampires right now, and forget about the Assassin Dark Brotherhood Guild's quest. It looks like I took the little detour here. I don't know why I went down here instead of up on the main road, but I think I have to go join up there anyway. Alright, so this is not that far away, but it's very like desolate and scary out here, and well, we might as well discover this, I guess. Alright, we're on the right path there. Whatever. Alright, and we have some dragon's tongue here. Very nice ingredient. So this is the cool thing, you go into these different biomes, and there's just different flowers around, like you had the mountain flowers and stuff like that, and cotton out in Whiterun, and here we have these weird looking creep clusters that I find so satisfying, that sound, to pick them up. So I always love getting these. I just noticed one off in the corner there I could have grabbed, but I don't think we've seen these before. So let's take a bite out of this and see what it does. Oh, we have. Okay. So we have gotten that before. All right. And dragon tongue we've definitely gotten, because I know those are good for the barter potion. Pretty appropriate. It gives you the tongue of a dragon to sort of sweet talk the shopkeepers into a lower price or whatever. And as usual, I have a little trouble clicking on those, especially with the cursor faded so low. But the thing is, like, you can't just click on the whole thing. It's like if I click where the branches aren't, it's not gonna work. All right, let's just go here real quick and discover this little town here. Just in case we need to fast travel here, which, you know, we usually don't, Kynes Grove, but it's always good to have it on our map. That was a weird sound. All right. A little more dragon's tongue. So yeah, let's just say we're starting to feel a little recovered. This, you know, it's not as cold now, so we're getting our senses back a little, so we can still get back in the grind of, what is that sound? It's so squishy. Oh, crap. Is that a bear? That sounds like a bear. I don't see it, but I hear it. Alright, we're just going to do a little quick save, just in case. And let's poison our blade here. Let's see what we got. I don't know how that we have that much stuff anymore. Oh, well, we have a bunch of fear potions. Now, fear is not that great against a bear, because it won't attack you, but it's going to run away and you'll have to chase it, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. That's better when we're in dungeons and stuff, and we can just have a bandit run into the next room or something, give us a little breathing room. But out here in the wild, who wants to chase, you know, something down? I mean, unless we wanted to book it out of there, I guess. Alright, so we have all these resist frost potions I gotta sell. Oh, I got a few too many of those. Alright, we don't have that much stuff, so let's see. Can paralyze at weak paralysis, or just a weak poison maybe. Let's just do that so I don't have to scroll back up. Alright, there's the bear. Now we're crossing its territory. It seems like it's just defending its territory, but it turns out we're right here at the spot we have to turn off the road anyway, so maybe this is part of the quest, you know? Alright, well, we were poisoning it. I saw it turn green, but it didn't kill it. Alright, one more hit. Oh, we got hit bad, and we got bone break fever. That's, not really that good. Let's see if we have a potion of cure disease, which is actually a really bad idea. Let's just do the healing. It's actually a bad idea to take this right now, because in case it hits us again, you know, so let's just do it after. Alright, didn't really need that poison for that last hit, but got some bear claws and a pelt out of that. And now we can take our cure disease potion. I don't know why one's worth 79 and one's worth 23. Probably one I bought in a shop or found, and the other one I made, but there's no strength to that as far as I know. It's just, you know, you're cured or you're not. That's really it. So, oh, and this was its last meal, and still left a leg there, so. Alright, so yeah, we can pretend that maybe that bear, since we're dealing with some mystical type of quest, maybe that bear was sort of a spirit that was raised to protect this area or something. I don't know. Always have time to grab some extra dragon's tongue. I love this character. I love that little tidbit of just the way she like veers off the path. And oh wow, look at this. She's got like a wall of spikes here, and there's some scary looking witch here.
Darling, I've been waiting for you to return to consummate our love.
Oh, is this who we were supposed to get married to?
What? You wanted for that hussy Esmeralda with the dark feathers?
Oh yeah, dark is much better than what you have.
Let her have
Sure. Okay. Well, I guess there's no talking her way out of that one. So we'll just let Miko distract there for a second, and we're gonna see. It looks like it's what do we have here? Absorb Magicka. That's pretty cool. Let's pull out our Avenging Wraith to help us with this, because oh, we're out of charge. Wow, we don't even have any charge on that at all, and we have no soul gems, and our Blade of Haldmarch is also out of charge. That does some frost damage, so we're kind of screwed. We do have this Lunar Steel, which is good for nighttime. Not sure if the moon's out. Actually, it just says the moon's out, and I think the moons are out during the day sometimes. There's 2 moons here in this on this planet. All right, so What do we have? Sap stamina. All right, let's put the sparks on. I don't care about stamina for a witch. All right, and we'll just use the regular blade, which was, I guess, still poison. All right, she doesn't seem too tough. All right, a few hacks. Back up a little bit. All right, minimal health left, and we're still at full health, so she's just in a blind rage and not really that tough of a fighter. Wow, great little kill cam there. That was really cool. Okay, that was nice. All right, and there's the wedding ring. No big deal. There's a little dart wing there too, and some crafting feathers. And the hog raven feathers, which are, I guess, part of her body. So it's kind of disgusting. Uh-oh. Okay, well, speaking of Daedric quests, yeah, we're in the middle of a Daedric quest here, and I guess we've triggered more than one because we leveled up to a certain level. And this one's a doozy. But you know what? Luckily, like I said, I know what some of these do, and this is also good for our characters, so here we go.
Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness
wow, where's that
has
voice
seeped
coming
into
from?
my temple. A darkness that you will destroy.
Okay. We're good at destroying darkness, right, guys?
Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath.
Okay. They're looking around for the voice.
I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
All right. Well, that actually sounds good. Like, that's what we're doing. I mean, that's what we're out here doing. We're like the cleansing light of this area. We're hunting vampires and I guess witches too. So yeah, we're a tool of light in a world of darkness. So again, this is an amazing ideal quest, and look at how things are really falling into place for our character here. Just when I leveled up my alchemy and was ready to move on to some new stuff, we joined the Dawn Guard, and so far have already gotten sidetracked now with 2 Daedric quests. And you know, when I set up this series, I wasn't quite sure where I was going with this character. I didn't even know she was going to be an alchemist, honestly, when I first started those bones are disgusting. So, but I did decide one thing, basically for all my playthroughs I'm doing in Skyrim these days. I want to use 1 or 2 of the Daedric quests to kind of shape each character. So I've done that with a character that I haven't done a video for yet, and a couple other ones. So I kind of know, like, I didn't want to do those 2 particular Daedric quests, but the rest were wide open. And now the way things have fallen in place, when I went down and sat and picked out the quests I wanted to do for this character, these were basically the 2 main quests I wanted to do: Night to Remember and the Break of Dawn. So the rewards are perfect for this character, and they're not like the darkest Daedric quest. So we're not going to be tempted in the same way that we would be with some of these other ones. Which I kind of might add a 3rd one to do that later on, honestly. But for right now, this is exactly the path that our character has been on. So it is very fortuitous, since that Meridius Beacon is the most random thing you can find in a chest. Like, you'll find it at some point when you hit a certain level, but the fact that we found it while we're already on this quest is pretty cool. It ties everything together almost in a nice, neat little bow, to where, like, I couldn't have actually planned it better for all of this to happen in the same episode. So, you know, because we're already on this multi-part adventure here. This is a very long quest, the Night to Remember. So it's cool to take our time with it. And look at that. That is a really cool shot. I don't even think I used that for the screenshot for this episode. I might actually go and change that before I upload this, because that was a very cool shot. Although I'm thinking of the one I used, and that was also pretty cool. So who knows? I mean, that's not a bad problem to have like too many nice shots, you know. So we're good in that sense. So yeah, so I really like the way this character's falling into place, and it's not the most exciting character in the world because we're doing a lot of potions and stuff like that. But I feel like the poisons are making the fights more dramatic, and once we get these 2 weapons or armor or whatever we're getting as a reward from these 2 quests, those are gonna, you know, make for a more interesting character as far as the combat goes. So the next stage of this whole character and playthrough is going to be really interesting because we're doing these 2 quests. So I am super excited about that. A Night to Remember and The Break of Dawn. So yeah, 2 of the coolest quests in the game, I think. Oh, here's a giant. So all right, let's just sneak by this guy. I'm always afraid to trigger them, but I think they're good. I'm more afraid that like Miko or someone is going to get them riled up than like they're going to respond to me, but I think we're good. All right, look at that. The moon is out, or one of them at least. I don't see the other one up there, but not going to turn around. Oh, well, we are going to turn around for the dragon's tongue and a couple of creep clusters here by the side of the road that we missed on the way here. All right, so we're basically just heading back to Windhelm now. And again, well, I am debating whether to start the Dark Brotherhood quest line now also. So to make like a trifecta of, or actually that would be 4 quests we're on, including Dawnguard, the 2 Jader quests. But I don't know. I think I'm just gonna hit the old cart up here and head back to Whiterun to give the wedding ring back to Isolde and lead us on to the next stage of this quest. But we're actually going to end this episode here, and you know, the climax of this Night to Remember will be next episode. And I think it's a pretty cool thing, actually. If you remember last episode, we ended on taking the cart back to Whiterun from Markarth, and now we're here taking the cart back to Whiterun from Windhelm. So a really nice parallel there between these 2 episodes in a row. So I'm really enjoying this particular quest line, and I hope you are too. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. We got new episodes every day this week.
The Palace of the Kings is ancient. It's not the friendliest place for outsiders. The Dark Elves were all forced to live in a slum called the Grey Quarter. The Argonians can't even live inside the walls. They're all stuck out on the docks. Still, Candlehearth Hall's got decent food and cheap bunks. And you could do worse.
Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. I can't wait here forever.